episode 13 of the Sean Lowery Show. I can't believe I'm on my 13th episode. But like I said, I'm just doing this once a week for fun. And I'm having a good time doing it. I'm recording the podcast. I'm having fun doing it. And this time I'm going on a little rant about how I hate commercials. And I've developed this hate over the past 5 to 7 years, really. Now, it's funny. I have a unique perspective because I hate commercials, and I'll talk about that. But I actually don't hate advertisements. I actually love advertisements. I'm an advertiser. In my young business career, I've sold over $10 million worth of shit. So I know how to advertise. I know a little bit about it. I think I can do a lot better, though. But I'm always interested in advertising. But I hate commercials. So basically, here's why I hate commercials. And it's that they steal my time. And ever since I've become like a businessman, obviously I need to value my time. I need to make sure that it's worth it. But it's also me being a little spoiled. I mean, I pay $8 a month for YouTube Red, which, by the way, is an amazing investment. And it's not just because there's no commercials, but also if you have texting open, you can still listen to YouTube in the background on your phone. So I love YouTube Red. Obviously, Netflix has no commercials. I pay for the version of Hulu with no commercials. I don't listen to the radio. I don't watch network TV. So I just never see commercials. And now when I see them, I get mad. I'm like, what the heck? I'm not sitting here just getting advertised to like some idiot. Like I get mad now when I see commercials. So I'm a little bit spoiled. I value my time more. And it's not that I don't like some of the commercials. It's just the fact that I hate that they're stealing my time. And I'm not sitting there just to sit there and watch commercials. And I just get it's just become a thing with me now. I get mad. I get mad when I'm sitting down enjoying my time, which I get anxious when I'm sitting down enjoying myself because I'm always trying to be working and doing stuff. So if I do put some time aside while I'm eating dinner or something and watching a TV show, I'm not there to watch commercials. So I've learned to hate commercials because I value my time so much. But I think that sports is something that obviously there's commercials, and advertisers love sports because people watch it live. And people that watch sports live, they don't want to watch it the next day because they'll already know what happens, and that is why advertisers absolutely love sports. Now, I've talked about before how I don't love sports as much as I used to as a kid. As a kid, I was obsessed with sports. But the truth is, I still do love sports. I mean, one of the reasons that I don't watch sports as much or follow sports as much is because I feel like I'm not going to get my happiness from whether some guys younger than me do good at their job. I'm going to get happiness from how I do well at my job. If the Eagles lose and my whole week's ruined or my whole night's ruined, like I kind of look at that as like, wow, that's pathetic because I don't get my happiness from other people. I get it from myself. So that's one of the reasons I kind of hate sports. I don't hate sports. That's one of the reasons why I don't follow and enjoy sports as much as I used to. And it's also just, listening to sports talk, it just doesn't matter. It's all speculation. I guess it's similar to business talk, but I like mindset stuff and I like talking now on my own in my podcast. So I have been less of a sports fan, but I still, every Sunday, I'm checking the fantasy football scores. I still love following LeBron and the NBA Finals. Saturdays, I watch Notre Dame football. So, I'm still a sports fan. And I think sports and advertising is such a cool combination because, like I said, obviously advertisers love sports. And two things from advertising and sports are what inspired me to talk about this topic this week about commercials is because they're the one times that actually commercials get thrown in my face is because I am watching Notre Dame on Saturday. But one of my favorite commercials of all time, now I'm talking about how I hate commercials, but one of my favorite commercials of all time that I just want to get out of the way real quick is a Verizon commercial. And it's talking about how they have backup servers or backup networks. So basically, if your phone service goes out, they have backups. And in the commercial, they have Luke McCown, who's the backup quarterback at the time for the Saints. And he was like the backup quarterback for Drew Brees. And he was the star of the commercial as a backup quarterback. And I love that. He's like, hey, I'm the backup. It's just a great commercial. And at the end of the commercial...
I bet if they just had the chance, some of those backups would really shine.
Yeah, exactly. It's just such a funny commercial. And I love it. But that aside, I hope I don't see any more commercials. But that aside, one of my other favorite advertisements of all time is also in sports. So I love advertisements, benches, billboards, anytime you can put a product in front of me. If you're not taking away my time, then I love it. I love the art of a good advertisement. So one of my favorite all-time advertisements that I just think is so good for the company is also sports, and it's Allstate. Allstate, the insurance company. You know, Allstate. They have like that proper guy talking, but their slogan is, "You're in good hands." And on a field goal, I don't know if it's college or the NFL, I forget. But on field goals, they pull up the big blue banner behind the field goal, and it has their hands right there. So it's like they're catching the field goal, and everyone's staring at it. So it's just a great opportunity for them to get in front of so many people because everyone's staring at the field goal because it's an important part of the game. And it doesn't waste any of my time, and it has hands to catch the football. If you're watching the YouTube version, I'll have some pictures up of these ads I'm talking about. But I just love that advertisement for their point. I don't care about insurance companies, but from their point of view, I just think that's such a cool place for them to put their advertisement, because it looks like they're catching the football and everybody's eyes are on the field goal. Say it's a game-winning field goal. Everyone's eyes are on it, and they have their hands right there, and it looks like they're catching the football, and it's advertising their company, and it's perfect. It's a commercial. So that's one of my favorite all-time advertisements. And that kind of gets me thinking about, I love advertisements and I hate commercials. So where are some other cool ways to advertise? So hit me up if you have any that pop into your head. But here are a couple. They're basically like product placement. You know, it's basically mixing the advertisements into the entertainment. But there's just a few. I didn't prepare a lot for this podcast. I'm just ranting. But these are a few that popped into my head that I think of as some of the best advertisements of all time. So the first one I think is like a classic, and that's the movie E.T. There's the Reese's Pieces, and that's part of the storyline. The little girl, I think it's Drew Barrymore. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie in a long time. But she like gives E.T. Reese's Pieces as like a sign of peace. And that's just part of the plot, and it's something that would actually happen in real life. I mean, if you're going to hand them something, it's going to be a product. So the Reese's Pieces is one of the best from the movie E.T. Another classic is it. So that's a great one. The next one is Nelly. When I was a kid, one of the most popular songs was Air Force Ones. You know. Here's one of the other reasons I like it. The chorus says, "Give me 2 pairs." So not only are they trying to pitch their product, they're trying to increase their average order value by putting in the chorus, "Give me 2 pairs." And I honestly, for all these product placements, I honestly don't know who pays who or if anyone pays anyone. That's something I'm interested in. For the monograms that I'm trying to sell, I would pay a bunch of money to get it in the next Hollywood movie for all the people to be wearing monograms, or even better, to have monograms be part of the plot. Maybe an order shows up late. Lil Wayne always puts his brand Truck Fit into the songs. I've heard Nicki Minaj advertise Bud Light in her punchlines. You know, a lot of rappers mix products into their. Jay-Z does it all the time. Tom Ford, that's a song by Jay-Z, and he has, I think, a deal with Tom Ford. But rap is a great way, and music is a great way, just like movies, to do product placement. And the main one I think of is Air Force Ones. The next one is from the movie Happy Gilmore, the Adam Sandler movie, where the character, Happy Gilmore, needs money, and he does an ad for Subway.
This fresh, delicious, tasty, meaty, turkey-filled, cold-cut combo. I eat 3 every day to help keep me strong.
Hey, Happy! Can I have one of those?
Coming right up.
This one's actually a pretty shameless plug, where he does a commercial for Subway. Now that I'm thinking about it, he also has McDonald's in Big Daddy as part of the plot, where he's like, get the kid a Happy Meal. It's 11 o'clock. And they're like, sir, we close at 10:30. And, oh, wow. And actually, Little Nicky, he's not a rapper, Little Nicky, the movie Little Nicky, has all that Popeye's chicken stuff where, like, he has Popeye's chicken, and he's talking about it over and over. You know, Popeye's chicken is fucking awesome. Like, that is part of the movie. So actually, thinking about it now, Adam Sandler, in his movies, he has McDonald's, Subway, Popeye's chicken. I'm sure there's some other ones that I'm not thinking of. But I bet you those are brand deals because Adam Sandler's smart. So I bet you Adam Sandler actually gets money from those companies. And he makes them part of the plot, which is great. And that actually, as part of the plot, brings me to the best one I can think of. And it's Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. I think that's like a 3-series movie. Like, they have 2 or 3 versions of that movie. It is like a cultural classic. And the whole plot of the movie is them going through a bunch of shenanigans to get to a fucking White Castle. And that is how I know about White Castle. White Castle's actually not that big. There's not that many of them around. And that's just the best one. I learned about White Castle from that. And if I ever see a White Castle, I want to go to it because of that movie. And I bet you people across the country and across the world know about White Castle from that movie. So I would love to know. And if anyone knows, let me know. I would love to know if White Castle, like, sponsored that movie, or if that was, like, White Castle's idea, or if they went to White Castle, the movie producers. Who paid who? I don't know. But product placement in movies and songs is the best way to advertise. I mean, billboards, you know it's an ad. Commercials, I don't even watch them, so it doesn't matter how good the commercial is, because I think people and their attention is going away from commercials. I mean, I guess social media, the main way that I advertise is Facebook and Instagram. So I know that Facebook and Instagram is putting my products and images and little videos on the feed. So people are scrolling through their Facebook, they're scrolling through the Instagram, and they see our images and pictures, and then we get them to come to the website. So social media is a big one. I mean, we do email marketing, and it's actually one of our biggest drivers of revenue. We sell a lot of products through email, but also the open rates are about like 5, 7, 8%. We have about 200,000 people on our email list, which is amazing. But not that many people open the emails. So we still sell a lot through there, but email's another one, you know. So there's email. I've seen people experiencing or experimenting with text messaging, billboards, commercials. But the more and more creative you can be with putting your product into something is the better, because and I appreciate it too, because I love advertising. I love being advertised to. Here's the one that just popped into my head. In Terminator. No, not Terminator. I mean, in the movie Transformers, I think a Mountain Dew vending machine turns into a Transformer, and that's awesome. I love the fact that there's a Mountain Dew ad in that part. I'm not mad about that, but if I was watching Transformers and it cut and it went to an ad for Mountain Dew, I'd be pissed. I guess either way I'm seeing Mountain Dew, but I think that I hate commercials, and I think a lot of people are fundamentally and systematically watching less commercials. So the more creative advertisers can be in getting your product in front of things, the better it'll be for your company. And it is something that I need to work on. This rant started with me talking about how I hate commercials, but now it's ending with me thinking about, with my company, what are some creative ways that I can put my products without commercials and without advertising and then without the traditional ways that I've been doing it. That being said, I actually want to do commercials for our company because I think a lot of people see them, like on YouTube if they don't have YouTube Red. But nonetheless, I hate commercials. They drive me crazy. They steal my time. I'm sick of commercials, but I love advertising. And going forward, I'm going to be looking for some creative ways to advertise. So if you think of any other ways that advertisers are out there in cool and fun ways, let me know. Hit me up at Sean Lowery 20 on Instagram, at Sean Lowery 20 on Twitter. Just hit me up, respond to me, send me a DM. But I appreciate you guys listening, and go out there and crush it today.